There we go. Hello, people. How's it going? Um, like I just said, normally when I'm finished a game, I like to review it from the top of my head. It's not the official review, it's not the final review, but it's just my feeling about the game and how it feels. So the game that I just finished playing today was Coffee Talk. It's a game that came out this year, actually last year, 2020. It's basically an interactive movie. It's not really basically the only thing you do in the game is you make drinks for people in a coffee shop, and then you get to listen to their stories. Now I know this is not the best game to stream. I'm the first one to say it, but I really fell in love with the preview, the art style, and I wanted something different from Mass Effect. I wanted something different from an RPG, so I can jump into something after. But I wanted a palate cleanser before I play anything else. So I decided to play this a nice indie game from Toge Productions. So the first things first, what did I think of the game? I think it was pretty interesting, to be honest. It got a little bit long, I'll be honest, but it actually did feel as if I really liked the game. Like I really liked how the characters were portrayed. I like how the stories all intermingled together. It's a coffee shop. Um, there's a little bit of vagueness in there that I would like a little bit more details. We'll get into it a little bit later, but in general, I actually enjoyed this. Now, obviously, if you're somebody that's like Call of Duty or escape to Tarkov, yeah, or whatever. If let's say you're a multiplayer shooter, or you're an action guy or an RPG guy, this might not be up your alley. This is very heavily story driven. But if you're in a Telltale series type of mood, this might actually scratch that itch. Obviously, Telltale have a lot more action, especially the Batman series. But this is an interactive movie, and it's actually pretty good. I really enjoyed it. So the first thing I'm going to go... So in general, I liked it. We'll go there. That's it. From a presentation perspective, I found the game gorgeous. Yes, it's not varied. It's pretty much just a coffee shop. But I like how the interlude scenes between the days, how it looks. I like how the inside of the coffee shop looks. It's really interesting. I like the art style, really fun. I like how they make how the coffee's made. I like this. Everything was actually looked really sharp. I really like the art style. Yes, it's done in a retro fashion, 16-bit type fashion, but I'm a sucker for that. I can play those games for hours and hours on end. So that's why I really, really liked it. So from a presentation and visual perspective, it's beautiful, and I loved it. Sound design, I did like it. Obviously, there's no speech. Everything is red. But I did like the sound. The music was really amazing. I really love the soundtrack. Soundtrack is really worth it. I really enjoyed the sounds that the brewing makes when you're making the coffee and the pouring. I truly enjoyed that. Um, there's not much else to really talk about in terms of sound design because, I mean, it's just ambient and, there was no voice acting. So I did truly like that. So for that, I that's awesome. Um, what's next? So graphics, sound, gameplay. I mean, gameplay is you just have to keep track of how to make the drinks, and you should be good to go. Sometimes a little bit more. It was a little bit more tricky than others, but in general, it wasn't too hard to make the drinks. So I appreciate that. So from a gameplay perspective, there's not much because it's just an interactive movie, right? So you're just playing the movie and you're just pressing a few buttons here and there ever so often. What holds everything together? It's the stories, right? The way that the story is being told, the interaction between people. I do like the setting. I do find the setting of the game really, really well done. It's an alternative universe in Seattle where you have different creatures that come in and they drink your coffee. I actually really enjoyed that. more than I would have thought. Um, the stories were interesting. It was nice how they intermingled with each other and the lessons you see and the parallels you have to this world. It's really interesting because I was like, there's a point of the game where Freya is writing a novel, right? And her novel is to write about humans if the whole world was inhabited by humans. Keep in mind, this is an alternative universe. In her world, the alternative universe is writing a book about all humans. And the way and you know how the interactions work within people and the way that the stories, although they're for different cultures and race, different creatures in the game, they're still relevant in today's society, in current society, in our world, in our society, with the racism and stuff like that. So, and the conflicts with parents and understanding how parents work and life lessons and stuff like that. So, the way they turned that around was surprisingly really well done. I didn't expect that much of a life lesson out of this, but if you listen to the stories, which is what you have to do because you have no choice, it's a really really well done game and it's really well written. I really enjoyed it, and it's an indie game and it was free. I got it for Xbox Games with Gold, so I mean it is what it is, and that's it. So I mean this is gonna be a short review. There's not much to review here. I mean, it's either you'll like it or you don't. If you're a person that really enjoys story-driven games like a interactive movie, this will be up your alley. It's not a super long game. I believe it's about 6 to 8 hours. I would have to check how long I played last time, but I think it's anywhere between 5 and 7 hours or 8 hours or something. I mean, if you're an achievement collector, this is actually really easy to get all the achievements if you really wanted to. I think if I wanted to get all the achievements, you have to play a second time because there's a scenario that there's a branching at one point. So if you get one scenario, you get one achievement. If you get one scenario, you get another achievement. But other than that, it's actually pretty easy to get the achievements in the game. So having said that, that's my review for Coffee Talk, and hope that you guys stay tuned for what I will be playing next. I'm hoping to be playing next the Old Blood from Wolfenstein. I've never played that particular entry in the series. I played Wolfenstein 1 and 2. I've played Youngblood, but I've never played the Old Blood. So I'm hoping that, yeah, that's going to be fun. And hope to see you guys soon. And hopefully this week, I'll be able to play some System Shock 2. I haven't been able to play it recently due to the constraints and different things. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to play. So, yeah. Thank you very much for those that passed by. Thank you, YG, for spending some time in the chat, saying hi. Trance as well. Thank you for saying hi, and I shall see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Ciao.